Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. But today on a Saturday, I've got a little extra content for you. I've got a video for you today, and I've got a video for you tomorrow, Sunday, our regular day. Anyway, after Sunday, I'm going to take a break for the whole month of December. I will see you back here in January. But today, I've got a really interesting watch for you. I can't even pronounce the name of this thing. It's Mecexp or something like that. Anyway, it's one of these Chinese brands, but the difference is this is actually very well done. Anyway, this is the Mecexp Flyback, and this is model number MS1001-Ti, which of course stands for titanium. Most of these come in stainless steel. Anyway, I thought it was a really cool watch. They reached out to me. I said, you know what? I don't normally review these type of watches. One, because it's incredibly large. But you know, I'm just not a big fan of these type of kind of, I wouldn't say gimmicky, but I guess they are, they're kind of gimmicky. Anyway, when I got it, I was pleasantly surprised. I'm not plugging this thing. I mean, if y'all want to go out here and get it, get it. I do think it's a little expensive for what it is, but anyway, I'm going to give you an offer at the end of the review if you want to get this one. But anyway, I think it's a pretty cool watch actually, and I'm kind of surprised I'm even saying that. But with that being said, let's check it out. Alright guys, go ahead and check out my Amazon shopping channel if you like any of my other watches. This is not currently on Amazon, so I'm not making a commission on this thing. If y'all go out there to Mecexp's website and buy one, I'm not making a dime off of this thing. Anyway, I'll make sure to put a link down there in the description field if you want to head on over to Mecexp. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that correctly. If you want to head on over there and pick one of these things up. This is just, I guess, a regular, you know, outer watch box sleeve here. All right, here is the logo, embossed in like a silver foil. Nothing else to do with the box, nothing interesting. Here's your first look. Again, these come in different case materials, which is stainless steel. They have a couple different dial colors as well. And guys, this is a large watch. I mean, it's 50 millimeters lug to lug. It's not a small watch by any means. Anyway, let me go take it out of here. We'll take it off the strap. And of course, I'll give you all the 7 specs you need to know, then we'll talk a little bit more in depth about this. It's gonna be a pretty quick review because there's not a lot to go over with this thing. Let's take a look and see what you get in the box. You get a magnetic charging cable, which I thought was actually pretty cool. There you go. You get a female USB-C to a male USB-A adapter. So if you need to plug this in, because this is USB-C right there, if you need to plug it into a regular USB-A charging point. There you go. Of course, you get your manual. And here again is your plug, your charging cable, I mean. Let's go put that in there. All right, let's go ahead and put all this stuff back. Let me get this out of the way. We'll talk a little bit more about this watch. Again, not going to be a real long review because honestly, I mean, this doesn't, you know, have a ton of complications. Doesn't even have a day or a date or anything like that. It does have a stopwatch, which I find incredibly amusing, only because of the way this thing displays the time. And normally watches like this that display the time in a really funky, weird way. I mean, they kind of go out of their way to display the time. Not natively, not very intuitively, you know, just like a regular analog watch or a digital watch. Now you have this like, I don't even know what you call this, man. Like it does have like a flyback feature. But anyway, it's interesting. Not my favorite way to tell the time, but the main thing I'm impressed with is the build quality. I mean, this is titanium. This thing is extremely well built. I will say right off the bat, the strap is kind of garbage. I mean, it's a nylon strap. It does have these quick releases right here, but I mean, I would probably get a different strap for this thing right off the bat. But anyway, let me go ahead and tell you all the specs you need to know. Then again, we'll talk more about it, and I'll put all the specs down there in the description field if you want to check those out. So looking at a 38 millimeter titanium case. It's 14.5 millimeters thick. It's 50 millimeters lug to lug. Comes on a 22 millimeter nylon strap, which again, I'm not a big fan of. You do get the option to get a rubber strap if you want to get one of those instead of the nylon that comes with it. It's only water resistant to 50 meters, which is 150 feet. No movement provided. I'm sure this is some sort of proprietary movement. No battery life provided. I've been getting honestly, about 4 or 5 days on this thing. I don't know if that's normal, if that's regular. I have no idea, so don't quote me on that. You do get 2 sapphire crystals, and if you look on the website, it says sapphires because you do get 2 of them, 1 for each side. And again, if you want to check out all the specs, check down there in the description field. If you want to nerd out with all the specs, like it's got multiple, LEDs, it weighs 68 grams, yada, yada, yada. So I guess the main thing about this is obviously the way you tell time. You have these 2 scales. The hour scale is on the left, the minute scale is on the right, and then you just look at the different needles. What hour is it pointing to? And then what minute is it pointing to? And that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple to tell the time on this thing. Is it my preferred way to tell the time? No, I prefer an actual digital watch or an analog, like a 3-hand analog type of dial. But it's definitely interesting because the engineering that went into this thing, I think, is pretty neat. These hands slide up this, I don't know how they work this, where this spins or turns and then a hand just rides up and down on either side. But I mean, you could still tell time at a glance pretty quickly, which I do like. You have some of these watches that have all these different complications, these funky ways to tell times, different rotating discs and different lights and different grids and different, all that. This is one of those, but it is very easy to tell a time. You don't need a degree to tell a time on this thing, which I do appreciate. And again, it's very well built, very well machined. I mean, that minute hand and hour hand, minute needle and hour needle point exactly on the dial to the hour and minute that you're supposed to be looking at. So it's very well made. I mean, I'm happily surprised. Here's the side of the case. You just have some lines there, probably just for some structural integrity. That's what those lines are probably for. You got your crown over there. Obviously, this is just a push crown. It doesn't screw in or anything like that. The strap, that's probably the weakest point of the whole watch. Not a big fan of this. It's really cheap nylon. Maybe their rubber strap, their fluoro rubber strap is better quality. It might be. I do not like this strap at all. That's just me. And again, this is the titanium version, which is a little bit more than their regular stainless steel version. So let me teach you how to operate this watch. So right now, I'm filming this on a Friday. It is what, 2:50, it's 2:29, 2:30. So if you look, the watch is pointing at exactly 2:30. If I want to see the, how am I gonna do this here? I'll show you the light here in just a second, but let me show you the first function. If you press the crown twice, it's going to show you the remaining battery life, and it goes up to 10 for being 100%. So let's push it twice, and we'll show you what the battery percentage left is. See, it slides up, so it's still at 100%. Now, if you would leave it, it would just go back to regular time, or you can just press the crown again, and it goes back to regular time. There you go. Now, if you press it 3 times, that actually enters the stopwatch mode. So when I'm saying press, 2 times, 3 times, you have to do that within 2 seconds. So again, press it twice. Shows remaining battery. Again, we're at 100%. Push it again. It resets back to time. So now press it 3 times within 2 seconds. We'll go into stopwatch mode. Everything's going to zero out. Now, if I wanted to start the stopwatch, I just press it again. And you'll see the right, I want to keep wanting to say hand, but that's not a hand. The right column, I guess, it starts counting off. And you can hear it, it's pretty loud too, so listen to this. And then when it gets up to here, it's going to fly back and go all the way back down. It's going to count off a minute on the left side, and then it'll start counting again from the bottom. So it'll fly back down and then start back up, going tick, 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 and start and count back up. If you want to stop it, press stop, go back to regular timekeeping, and now we're at regular timekeeping, okay? If you want to go into time change mode, You press the crown 4 times within 2 seconds. That'll enter the timekeeping mode, which I'm going to show you what it does, but I'm not going to reset the time here. Actually, maybe I will. 1, 2, 3, 4. All the hands go down to the bottom. So what is it? Actually, this is really easy. So let's go to 2 again. Let me see if I can do this. I got my glasses on. So you do clockwise. So now you're at 2, press. Now the right-hand column is activated. And I just keep going clockwise until I get to what, 232? Let me see here. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All right, so there's 1, 1, and 2. Press it again. It resets and goes back to the current time that I just set, which is 2:30. Pretty cool. Now, if I wanted to kind of put it in like a sleep mode, it's still keeping time internally, but it won't show the hands moving. So this is kind of like your sleep mode. So you press and hold for 4 seconds. You'll see a light start. I think the light will blink twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Now it's in a sleep mode. It's keeping time internally, but it's not going to move the hands, which of course the hands are driven by a little servo motor, probably 2 servo motors. So the hands won't move, but it's keeping time internally. So if you press a button again to get it out of sleep mode, it'll just go to whatever the current time is. There you go. And guys, that's it. It's pretty simple to operate. Again, I like that magnetic charging. When you have it on the magnetic charger, the light, there's a green LED in here that starts like pulsating and glowing. If it's low on charge, you have a red LED inside of here, and that starts pulsating red and glowing until it's charged up fully. When the watch charges up fully, which takes, I don't know, about an hour, I guess, the green light will stay solid. And again, I mean, it's pretty simple to operate. Again, only thing I really don't like is the nylon strap. I'm going to try this thing on real quick. It's just too big, you know, for me personally. I mean, if you want to start a conversation, you can definitely do it with this watch. But it's just not my personal style. Well, guys, it turns out it's still a little too small for me to get on, but that's what it's going to look like on your wrist. It's a big watch. It's a big watch. Anyway, too small for me. Let's go ahead and give you a Lume shot. And of course, I think it's got 3 LEDs in there. Let's cut everything off here. Cut off the monitors, cut off the studio light. So basically, if you want to see a Lume shot, just push it once. And there you go. I think that lasts for 5 seconds, I believe. So let's count it. 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000. There you go. It's really bright. Super bright, man. It's very kind of, I wouldn't say steampunk looking, very kind of like, I don't know, what's the name of that Japanese anime? I can't think of the name of that Japanese anime. This kind of reminds me of something like that. Like a Final Fantasy type of thing. It's pretty cool. Really cool. All right, guys, so that's been about it for this one. Now, here's the deal. If y'all want to get this watch, I'm going to do a Black Friday special on just this particular watch. If you want to get this one, hit me up at MAVERICKWATCHREVIEWS@gmail.com, and I'll let this thing go for $200 plus shipping in the continental United States. Shipping in the continental United States for this thing would probably be like, I don't know, $8 to $10. So again, $200 plus shipping in the continental United States, and this can be yours. Obviously, it's only been ever worn that one time that you saw it on my wrist just then. It's brand new, and it's really interesting watch. If you want a conversation starter, man, this is the absolute watch for you. Now, if you want to head on over to Mecexp and get one, they're currently $399. I'll make sure to put that link down there in the description field for you if you want to get one of those. But if you want to take me up on my offer and get this particular watch, I only have one of them. That's this one. Hit me up at MAVERICKWATCHREVIEWS@gmail.com. And the first person to do that and I contact and, you know, we exchange some funds, I will ship it out to you 2-day USPS. So anyway, guys, that's been about it for this one. As always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell if you like my content, and I hope you do. Again, I've got one other review coming out Sunday. That'll be my last review for the entire year. So make sure you check that out. That's a Citizen watch. So make sure you check out that review. And guys, that's been about it for this one. I will see you all on Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.